What up, Shadowhunters fans? We are talking Shadowhunters today. We have got some Malik to talk about, some Sizzy to talk about, and some whatever Maya and Jordan are called to talk about. Stick around!
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, welcome back, Shadowhunters fans. It's time for Shadowhunters. I don't know why I sound angry. I'm Yael Tygiel. I am joined by Dakota T. Jones.
What is up, you guys? You sounded angry, but I loved it because it was an angry episode.
It was an angry episode. So much happened. What were your overall thoughts?
There was a lot that I thought about. One, just heartbroken because of the whole Malik thing. Two, the whole Clary evil thing, scary Clary. She's back to being scary.
Scary Clary.
We've got a lot to cover this episode.
We do.
Ugh.
I definitely, this is another Yell at My TV episode.
Yell
at
your
my
TV?
Yeah, that's what I did. I
Our
was
founder,
shouting,
Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos.
Yes, thank you,
for tuning
Maria.
into AfterBuzz TV.
So
Remember,
I
we're just
definitely
the
was
first,
shouting at the
we're
TV with this
biggest
whole
in the
Malik
world,
situation.
And we're the only
First of
destination
all,
for all your favorite
Magnus
TV
show,
shows.
like,
Whatever you crave,
being all
we got
mopey.
it.
I called him
So
Mopey
go to
Magnus.
AfterBuzzTV.com
Mopey
and check
Magnus.
out our
And his
lineup.
dad showing up and being
Buzz
like,
you later.
I've got a gift for you. Put
Views
it
expressed herein are those of the
together,
host only and
man.
do not
Put
necessarily
it
reflect the views
together.
of AfterBuzz
Well, he
TV
didn't
or
even
its
have
owners or
time to put it together because he's like, I have something for you. Boom! Shoves it in his chest before he can really know what's going on.
Yeah, but then he says to him, okay, so this is what I was like writing these quotes. I was so angry. So he's like, I took your magic to bring you close. That was wrong. All I wanted was another chance to be your father again. And I won't take no for an answer. And I was like, okay, think about it, Magnus. He took your powers because you were using them for the person that you love. He doesn't like that person. That person broke up with you and he gave you your powers back. Put it together.
Confusion, turmoil. I know, honestly, I didn't think of it that way, but you're right. I mean, what is it? Well, I mean, we obviously know his intentions aren't pure. We see the smirk that happens a little bit later.
Right.
We're just wondering, what is the overall picture here? Why does he need him to have his powers?
Well, he said to him later, he wanted him to rule, wrote it down, he wants him to rule hell with him. Oh, maybe that's actually from the promo for next week. Yep. Apologies. That I was like, clearly this is it. No,
Clearly.
that's my bad, guys.
Predictions.
Yeah, so the Mopey Magnus continues to mope all through the episode. It's just him moping and remembering and being sad and blah, blah, blah.
There were a lot of amazing moments, though, in his memories. And, oh, my gosh, I was just like, man, if you just stick around, like, it's going to be okay. I feel like Alec's going to definitely come back. He's just doing this for you to get your powers back, and then he'll come back if he can. Like, I know it's not the end, but Magnus is going to mess around and make it the end if these memories get put away.
I really like the idea that he was like, I got to get rid of these memories. I feel like, though, this is a weird me and how I've decided this show should have been edited together. And I think that after the breakup, if we were seeing Mopey Magnus immediately after and these memories, I think they would have had more impact on me.
Okay.
But watching them as a second episode a week later, I was too angry at how mopey he was.
Okay.
That all of these memories, instead of being like, oh, I loved that one. Oh, I remember when that happened. I was going like, put it together.
Yeah.
Figure it out. And I think that's 100% on me, but I was not moved or heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, because he's smarter than this.
Yeah, right. I mean, love clouds judgment.
That's true.
So, I mean, I've been guilty of that. Let me tell you what. But I think that that's the reason why he's not putting this together. Right now, he's not thinking, what is my father's intentions? What's going on? He's thinking, I'm upset because my boyfriend, who he didn't know was getting ready to propose to him, is breaking up with me. All of these things that I felt about this person are now called into question. Were they real moments? Was it really love? Or did I just think all this together? You know what I'm saying? Because when you break up with someone, you think those things.
Look at you and your big heart.
I'm sorry. I gotta take a minute.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I was like, stop being dumb.
What?
I don't know. I'm an anti-Cupid. I feel like
I mean, I'm just so
watching it being
shocked.
like, what? Yeah, but in my head, my thought is, if you're Magnus and the man that you love, that last thing you heard wanted to like move in with you and start a life with you,
Something's going on, you know.
go, why? This is out of character. Something's wrong. He's being threatened. He's being blackmailed.
Right.
He's in trouble. It's a sign. Like, this is the kind of thing where you go, blink twice if you're being held captive. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So Magnus being like, I can't believe it. You're right. You can't believe it. Don't believe it. Something's going on.
Yeah, usually he has more sense than that, and he thinks something's going on. You know, he does. I've got to figure this out, Alec.
Yep.
I won't let you go, Alexander.
Alexander.
Yeah.
So he goes to see Brother Zechariah, who speaks. I couldn't believe it. And he refuses to take his memory. He tells him he's going to do it himself. And so he starts to try to do it. And I couldn't believe that he would try to take his own memories out of the love of his life
I know.
rather than try to figure out what happened.
I know, especially, I thought, okay, that scene with like it was the silent brother, right? Mm-hmm.
Who spoke?
Which
Zechariah.
was interesting.
Yep.
Why did he speak?
Because he needed him to hear these words.
Interesting. So he broke the silent code.
Yeah.
I like that. But I thought that was a great scene. But just seeing him be so weak to be like, I want someone else to take these memories from me. But the fact he mustered up enough strength to actually take action to do that himself, I didn't think he had that in him.
Yeah.
And thank God his dad, even though we don't think his dad has like got the right motives here, stopped him from doing that. Because if his dad ever did one thing good for him, that was it.
Here's the issue. Here's why his dad did it. His dad says to him, pain is the path to enlightenment. Those memories will make you wiser. They will make you stronger. No, what you're doing is you're hardening his heart. You're making him evil. So like it was very clearly, if Magnus, who has lived thousands of years, has watched any television, he's trying to convince you that if you close your heart off from love, you're going to be better. But instead, you're just going to be a bad guy. That's how bad guys are born. That's how bad guys are born.
He's like, I don't want you to be freed of all this emotion. Like, I want you to harbor it so it makes you angry and make, he's using it as a device of like, okay,
be
fine.
mad. Go, retaliate. Yeah, that's how you make villains.
I'm all for a good father-son relationship, but I just don't think this one's very good. I don't think it's going to work out. I just don't see it working out now.
And he says to him, I'm here for you, my son. And they hug. That was the part that I was like, wake up!
Did you want to believe for a second, like maybe his dad's just coming back around and wants to be in his life?
No, he's a prince of hell.
Okay, all right, you're right. I guess, fine. See, I'm just such an optimist, and you're over here like, no!
I mean, we're two sides of
the
two
table.
different coins. Awesome. We want to take a second to thank you all for joining us. I know we have people chatting up a storm in our live chat. Thank you to everyone who's here live. And we have another message for you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching us and making us the ESPN of TV talk. But for us to continue to grow, we could really use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And of course, if you're on iTunes, give us that 5-star rating. Let us know what you think, and we will give you a shout out on air next week. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to Yael and I. We appreciate you guys so much, and we love getting to do what we love. So do not forget to tell your friends. We only have 2 more episodes, we think.
Yeah, it's 1 more and then the big series finale.
Oh my gosh. So you will not want to miss it. We've hopefully got some more guests coming up. So Shadow Squad, stick close by.
Yeah, we have big surprises coming up. But let's talk about other surprises. Last week, I announced that I am back on board the ship of Sizzy. I'm back on board. I've got my ticket to ride. So into it.
I'm into it.
So into it.
Like, I love how they haven't given us a lot yet, so it makes it suspenseful. It's almost like really dragging it out where we're just like, by the time that they kiss or something goes on between them, we're going to be so quenched. Because right now we're thirsty.
So let's talk about what happened in this episode. So Izzy's working on a new serum. She gets the pure heavenly fire and it solidifies. And what she needs is Simon's blood to make a new sword. I was like, okay.
He's scared of a needle, but he sucks blood for like a living.
Yeah, needles hurt.
I know, but I just like,
I am with him 100%. I totally get it.
I hate needles too. I guess it's one thing if you're doing the sticking.
Yeah.
Rather than being
absolutely.
stuck. I guess I get it, yeah.
He doesn't get pain from biting you. He inflicts it.
Yeah.
He's fine with that.
Not a fan of needles either. Ugh.
Okay, so Simon doesn't like needles, and Izzy uses, first of all, the most beautiful reference and distraction technique. She explains, she and him have this great Superman conversation this is, if I wasn't on Team Sizzy last week,
Now you are.
Ooh, talk to me about superheroes. I'm all about it.
As you're wearing an X-Men t-shirt.
Heck yeah, I am. I love it. And she says the hot girl doesn't even realize the geeky, or he says it, the hot girl doesn't realize the geeky guy's awesome.
So, I mean, look at me, guys. I'm wearing glasses. Like, I'm a geek. Like, come at
Shut
me,
up.
please. Like, come on.
Okay.
Come on, ladies.
You only know my shirt's an X-Men shirt because it says X-Men. But I really love this idea that he basically was like, you haven't figured it out that I'm great. She's like, I have. Anyway, she makes a sword. I'm really all about this ship, and I ship it so hard right now.
Ship it really hard.
Real hard.
I like that.
But intertwined with their story is the Maya and Jordan Kyle story, because they're painting the Jade Wolf, and Raphael comes in, and they're like, what? And he tells them about the cure.
I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
So, you're on the ship for Sizzy.
Yes.
What's going on in your mind for Jordan and Maya? Because there's a lot of backstory there.
I said it last week. I'm done.
You're done.
They should be, they're good. They're happy. They're moving forward. I'm done.
When they kissed, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I wasn't quite expecting that. They have chemistry. I know that they've had a past. But, I mean, you know, he really hurt her in the past. And so,
She forgave him. They're good. They're done. They are a good, solid ship. They can move on into the night.
You're saying they should be together?
Yeah, I'm saying they're together. They're solid. They're happy.
Okay.
I'm done with them.
But they're not.
I'm done with them and their story.
Maybe you're done with them, but they're not even together. They literally had a kiss, and she was like, no, I can't.
She's trying to be the alpha. She wants him to be her beta. They're a good team, and they're going to be together, and I don't care about their story anymore.
So you're over it. Okay.
I'm
all right.
sorry.
Fair enough.
I'm very sorry, everybody. But I do find it interesting. As much as I'm done with them, I do find it interesting that they show up being like, what the heck, we want this cure.
Yeah.
And the response is essentially, we don't have any right now. We're using all of it to save Clary.
Of course they're using it all to save Clary. Like, when is it not always about Clary?
But their argument of like, we can't, you know, it's politics to choose who gets to use it and who doesn't, and we only have a little and blah, blah, blah. But we're using all of it to save Clary. If I were Maya was so understanding. If I were her, I'd have been like, no. You don't get to use all of it to save her.
No. And that's why, I'm excited that Jordan has some. It seems like he has some of it, which I'm excited about. But I think that for Jordan and Maya to move forward, if he's able to somewhat save her, and like she doesn't have to be a werewolf anymore, then in his mind, and maybe in her mind, it justifies, the awful things I did do in the past have been reversed, so we can be happy. Like, I don't know if that...
Do you think he would save her and not himself? So he'd still be a werewolf? Because that
maybe both of them. I could see both of them, and then they can like both be mundane and like move on together, live happily ever after. But it still doesn't change the fact that he did those things to her in the past.
She forgave him. They've moved on. They've dealt, like, they seem to be okay with it. I've moved on.
Yael's moved on 3 times.
I'm so
You've moved on
sorry.
for me, for Sam, and yourself.
Yeah. I apologize for any Maya and Jordan shippers. I'm over it. I was super into Maya and Simon.
Okay.
So about it until they made it not... Until they both were like amicably
like, okay,
all right, we're done. I was like, okay, I guess not.
That's crazy.
All right, let's move to the big stories. Mm-hmm. The big stories about Clary and Jonathan. Dark Clary. All right, so the Clave has a new kill order out. Meh.
What's new?
Yeah, that
oh my gosh.
Surprise felt like a... Yeah.
Someone's gonna maybe be killed. What are we gonna do?
So Jonathan tells her, this is the part where, like, I wish normal Clary would be like, wake up, like inside of herself, like, wake up. He says to her, like, no one can hurt us when we have the sword. They'll fear us and leave us alone. Not the intention. That's not the goal.
No, that wasn't the worst thing he said to her, though. Let's be real.
I know, but that's not the goal. Everyone's after us and wants to hurt us. Well, when we have the sword, they'll be so scared they won't hurt us. That's not the goal. You want people to like you so they don't want to hurt you. Not that they're so scared they won't try.
Yeah, I mean, but Clary's so clouded right now. Like, the thing that really would have made me, like, perk up, like, my inner Dakota being like, you're being lied to, run away.
Yeah.
Would have been when he was like, why do you need Jace? What we have is better. Like, okay, you're my brother. Why?
Okay.
Like, okay.
So, also, I mean, yes, that's bad on his part.
Yeah.
But no, I want both of you in my life. Listen, greedy girl. They clearly,
wants them all.
it's clearly not a both situation. It's one or the other. You don't get, because this girl, look, I love Clary. We know this.
Yeah.
But she's being real selfish. And to be fair, since she got involved in the Shadowhunter world, everything's been about her. Everyone's been at her beck and call.
Exactly.
Save Clary. Teach Clary. She's the best.
She gets all the serum.
Right.
Everything.
We're giving her all of the serum. I want both the boys. No, girl, you're greedy.
When is she ever going to be told no?
Jonathan tried.
He tried.
And she went,
He tried it.
no.
No, see, if you really love me, you let me have exactly what I want.
What a spoiled little brat.
I know, absolutely. But
Only child syndrome.
but I mean, that would raise suspicion. Jonathan's literally saying, like, you don't need a boyfriend, you have me. Why would you need a boyfriend? Because. Because
I appreciate that she explains that she's still in love with him.
Yeah.
I appreciated that because as much as she is dark Clary and she's doing bad things, she still has this love for him. And we see that in the fight where she comes to help him. So they decide that they want to go kidnap the Seelie Queen. Jace wants to meet, comes with them to go to Bone Chandelier is the name of the bar.
I want to go there.
And then they're surprised that there's a bone chandelier.
I know. Wait, there's a bone chandelier? Yes. No, what do you think? We're just calling it that? No. But
So silly.
would you party at that club? Because I would.
No, first of all, I'm old. And second of all, that sounds exhausting. And third of all, drugs rain from the ceiling.
Well, I wouldn't partake in that.
So listen, I'm not a big supporter of drug use.
Same.
So I'm watching this being like, what are you doing?
What is you
this
doing?
This seems irresponsible. Girl, you don't take a drink that you don't know who poured it, and you don't take drugs that fall from the
sky.
What is
Questions.
this?
We have questions about this. No,
How
but
irresponsible.
what was Jonathan's motive here? Because he literally is trying to get everyone drugged up before they have to like kill a bunch of people and like try to like steal the queen away. Like maybe we're supposed to be sharp-minded for that. Why are we drugging ourselves?
Well, so correct me if I'm wrong. Before, when the Seelie Queen came, he activated their runes. I
That's right.
assumed he
Okay.
sobered them up.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
That was how I understood that.
But can you imagine, like, what if he would have been so drugged up he wouldn't have remembered
So then
to
their
do that?
plan would have failed. I think your complaint is that what are you doing? You're trying to murder somebody. Now is not a good time to do drugs.
I know, but like, you know what I'm saying? It was an
Yes.
irresponsible time to even take that chance of, well, I'll probably just remember to use my stele to like figure it out
Right.
afterwards. I'm like, why are we taking drugs? But okay, sure, go off.
Because we're bad guys. Bad guys do drugs.
I guess so.
Oh, my note says Dark Clary is thirsty. That's what my note says.
Okay, what was she doing?
She was all up on him.
She like went,
Yes, she was going all up on down him.
yes,
You heard
yes,
me.
ma'am.
So Jonathan notices the ring. Yeah, remember when Alec said to Jace, stay aware?
And he's like, I'm going to get drugged up and get lucky.
I'm going to take drugs from the ceiling. So silly.
Okay, yeah, I got you. And then just like full on, like opens his mouth, sticks his tongue out.
Right, like what part, have you not seen, I'm thinking of 30 movies at once, where you hide the drug, you don't take it, you pretend to take your pills?
Yeah, I would have just been like, oh, something landed on my tongue. No, it didn't. I would have been the alert one that
Yep.
figured it out and got us out of trouble.
I mean,
but-
the good news is, at least for Jonathan's plan, luckily, Jace was there to not only be the distraction, but essentially take the fall, is how I understood this plan was going to go. And he's like, the three of us. Jace was like, 4. There are 4 people.
He's like, oh, right. I
Right,
mean, that
right.
would have been a red flag for me. I would have been like, okay, obviously you're not planning on taking me back.
Right, you're leaving me. I'm the fall guy.
Like, why did he think that he was talking about the queen? Because we all know the queen's coming with him and Jace is staying.
Right. So Jonathan grabs the queen. Jace and Clary fight. And then Clary throws Jace through a portal back to the Institute.
That really was the moment for me where I was like, okay, homegirl is not how she used to be. She's not pretending anymore to try to like win Jonathan over to.
No, girl's full dark.
She's full dark. Finally, like, and the moment, also another moment was whenever they were getting ready to go in the club, and Jace is like, "I love you," and kisses her, and you think, oh, she's gonna wake up, and she's like, "No, I gotta go help my brother." Like, I was like. Oh my gosh, the music there, I don't know if you heard it, but like it was like a sweet soft music, and then it stopped and she's like full dark again. Like there's no true love's kiss that's going to figure this one out right now.
No, she needs the serum. You know, the one we're not giving to Maya.
Exactly.
Oh, so silly. I really am enjoying this dark Clary thing. I kind of wish that that Jace went dark too. Like if he's going to do it, do it. If he loves her, join the dark side. I mean, not that I want them all to unleash hell or whatever, but like,
right.
Why not?
I mean, I think for him to even, he's wanting to save her, but there is a part of him that I think would really just be like, well, if she's going to be dark, I can't lose her. I'd rather just like be a good guy that is in the gray area now and I'm with her. I've been doing so many air quotes today.
For those listening to the podcast edition, you're missing all the air quotes.
I have a lot of air quotes. Yes, absolutely.
So good.
Someone in the chat was saying that the club was from the books.
Oh, so, that's cool.
Yeah,
Were
absolutely.
the drugs from the sky from the books? That's what I want to know.
And Sarah says that she just thinks that Jonathan was testing Jace's loyalty to see what was going
drugs?
on. With the drugs, and also maybe if he let his guard down, he could figure out what his true intentions were.
Oh, absolutely. I think the drugs, it's like when a cop goes undercover for drugs, they're always like, you got to take them to show us that you're not a cop.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
And it's like, well, dang, you caught me.
I'm a cop. Oh, well.
Yeah, but, well, dang it. All right, turn around. I got to arrest you.
You'd be a great undercover cop.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I don't want to take drugs from the ceiling.
Right. Well, cop. Escort him out.
Yeah. It's just that Clary taking them was irresponsible.
Rihanna B says, first Clary, then Magnus. Everyone is going dark. So true.
Magnus is not going dark yet. He's still mopey.
He's mopey. But when you're at your most vulnerable point, the dark side is right there waiting for you.
Yeah. Any final thoughts in the episode before we talk about our favorite stunt?
Beautiful. Loved it. Great. Can't wait for next week. These teasers that we have that pull us into like wanting to know what's going to happen next week have really been good these past few episodes because it gives us a glimpse of the end, and it's just a lot to handle.
I'll say this. I am really enjoying that like we're ramping up because I know that next episode would have been a season finale. So like the fact that we were moving very quickly in this episode made me happy, aside from Magnus. That whole thing.
That'll get cleared up real quick.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's going to be a big part of the big finale. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
But I think that, the fact that Sissy's moving along real quick and this dark Clary thing is moving along real quick, I'm very excited about that because
absolutely.
I am impatient and I don't like when things drag out.
Yeah. It's like if we're going to do it, let's do it quick because I don't got the time. I got places to be.
I got so much other stuff to watch.
Yeah.
I watch a lot. All right. So let's talk about our favorite stunt of the week.
The badass stunt of the week for me was definitely was it Clary or Jace when they I think it was one of the two who takes the big staff and just like the main guard that's guarding the queen just right in the throat.
Jace. It was Jace.
That was cool.
And
then the queen's like, well, dang, all right.
As much as I complain about it, the drugs raining down from
I liked it too.
That was very cool.
I was like, what is this? Innovative, creative.
It really made me think of like a foam party. Like those dumb parties.
Have you ever been to a foam party?
No.
I want to go to a foam party.
Do I look like the kind of person that goes to a foam party?
We're going.
No.
I'm going to trick you.
What part of I'm old is confusing to you? Yeah. Oh, Sarah Baker agrees with you that the Jonathan spearing the fairy. Oh, was Jonathan speared a fairy as well?
Because Sealy guard, was that him?
Was it Jonathan who did that? And not Jace?
I don't know.
Somebody did
One
it.
of the three. Maybe we had one of the things that fell from the sky. That's why we can't remember.
We did.
Maybe.
We did. The Izzy making the sword was super cool.
Ooh, that was cool.
The sword, my note says, Izzy makes a sword. I'm not a fan of fire. I like a flaming sword, though.
I like a flaming sword too. I would hang one up in my room for sure.
Yeah, I don't like fire. I wouldn't do that.
But no, that was cool. The special effects were cool, and I was expecting it to like be on fire and then not be on fire, you know, and just like absorb into the sword. But no, the whole point is that it's like gonna be on fire the entire time they're wielding it around. I think.
Yeah.
Where are they gonna conceal it though? In the meantime, they can't just like hide it in their.
No, I think it's a show up with it.
Show up! I've got it.
I mean, Game of Thrones has a flaming sword. Why can't
They do.
Shadowhunters? Yeah, they do.
You know what? That is what this episode's promo for next week reminded me of, because I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I saw when I was here the other day the commercials that were leading up to the final episodes of Game of Thrones, and the whole battle that's coming up in Shadowhunters. Just the way that they did the commercials reminded me so much of the Game of Thrones commercial.
Interesting.
Yeah.
More air quotes for the audio listeners.
Air quotes. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. I had news and I lost it. I had it and I lost it. I'm gonna be real honest. I remember seeing it and going, "Oh, I should write this down."
I mean, I did see Imrod was on the cover of like US Weekly or People magazine with her husband. So that was something. I was in the store the other day and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, wow." I didn't really realize that they got married until you mentioned it last week on air, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's incredible." She looked beautiful in her wedding gown.
mentioned it?
Sam may have.
Yeah, I
2 weeks ago when I was
did
here.
not know that Emrod is married, and now
She
I'm sad.
is. I know, same.
Way to
We'll get through
bring
this.
that up. Way to ruin that. All right, let's head into predictions.
Ooh.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what's in the trailer for next week. Clary and Jonathan versus Izzy and Jace, sword fight.
Ooh.
Jordan gives Maya the serum because he's dying? Silver poisoning? He lifts his shirt and there are gray veins, which I'm assuming is supposed to be silver poisoning.
That's not normal.
No, gray veins, not normal. Magnus's dad says, "Together we can control the entire demonic plane." I don't know what that voice was. That wasn't it. Then there was a lot of stuff real fast, so it's a lot of question marks. Hell breaks loose? Question mark. Clary slaps the Sealy Queen? Question mark. And then this one is all question marks and some exclamation points. Jonathan leans in for a kiss.
To Clary?
Uh-huh.
I must have missed that part.
I stopped and rewound and did it again because I went, this is not happening. I thought we were done.
With the whole sibling thing.
Yeah.
He's into it. You can tell she still loves Jace.
Okay, so prediction is he leans in and she goes, "Yeah, I am in love with Jace. I love you, my brother."
Right. She's going to have to set him straight. When Kat came in a few weeks ago, she said that he has this warped view of relationships and he doesn't know what is and isn't appropriate. So I feel like she has to have a major sit-down talk with him about this because it's just too much, to be honest. But did you see there was like some weird like... I feel like there were dragons or something flying around.
Yeah, that was my Hell Breaks
Loose.
Question mark?
That's really what reminded me of Game of Thrones. I was like, we've got dragons now, and like, oh my gosh,
Demons
what's going
with
on?
wings.
Yeah, but I was into that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But wow, there's just so much that's got to happen within the next. Okay, so the finale is 2.5 hours. Then next week's episode is an hour. So we have 3.5 hours of television left. Well, not even that because commercial breaks. But what are we gonna do?
So next week was supposed to be a season finale.
Okay.
Then we have 2.5 hours of gloriousness
Oh my gosh.
where they got to wrap everything up. So I don't think Magnus and Alec are getting back next week.
Okay.
I think the season is ending. Season is ending. There are air quotes on that,
There
everybody.
you go.
Season is ending with them broken up. And then in the series finale, somehow they come together. I would love it if it turns out that Magnus ends up having to fight Jonathan because Magnus's father wants him to become a leader of the demonic plane of hell. And Jonathan wants to let hell break loose on Earth. So they would then be the warring leaders of hell. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
So we've got everyone on Earth trying to defend Earth, and then we have Magnus and Jonathan also fighting.
Also,
Yes.
Eleanor Blass says, my prediction, Asmodeus versus Lilith for the control of hell.
Interesting.
I could see her coming back for one last hurrah.
I could definitely see her coming back and Jonathan having to take her out.
That would be a scene.
So then it would be Asmodeus and Magnus versus Jonathan versus them versus all the human Shadowhunter defenders.
Do you think there's going to be at least one or two of our favorite characters that just dies?
In the finale?
Finale.
You think someone will die?
Someone will die.
Oh, goodness.
Who would you think it would be?
Of our favorites?
Yes, because that's how shows do it. They're like, this is the end, so we might as well kill somebody off for a big shocker.
Okay. The only way I'm okay with this is Clary and Jace
Dying together.
die together and become angels.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that. They can't kill Malik. I won't allow a Sizzy death.
You won't allow it.
I won't allow a Sizzy death, and I won't allow a Magnus or Alec death.
I feel like it's going to be Simon. I'm sorry.
Shut your mouth!
I really love Simon. He literally is one of my favorite characters, but I have a feeling it's going to be him because he was like this daylighter, could not ever be killed. Everything bounces off of him. Then he goes out of his way to not be a daylighter and not be protected. And then he's falling in love, a new romance. Everyone else has a solid relationship. Clary, Jace, Magnus, Alec.
Sizzy will become solid and he'll be safe.
Okay, sure.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. That's just what I think. That's my opinion.
I think Luke won't make it.
Well,
No, but Luke and Maris.
see,
I can see
you have
them
all
dying.
these relationships you want to work out.
You know what, though? They're adults. I can see them dying.
You're like, they've had time to live.
Yeah, they've had lives.
We're so awful. We're sitting here, you're trying to justify who's going to get killed off.
I refuse. None of our people will die.
Okay.
No.
Ooh, Jenna James in the chat says, Dakota, I can see that. Thank you, Jenna.
No!
And then Kenya Ramirez says, sad, but possible, maybe.
Kenya also says my money on Raphael. I'm sorry. Raphael, yeah.
He's going to die.
Yeah. Look, Jordan, Raphael, gone. I'm
They're
fine.
out.
Done.
Oh, no.
I was pretty sure Jordan had died episodes
I
ago.
mean, he was past his expiration, but he's still here. So, I mean, yeah. But I like him. He's cool. I really do. I'm actually happy he's still living, but I could see them taking him out.
Right. He could die. Sealy Queen could die.
Right.
That's not true. Sealy Queen could go back to the age she was before this one.
The little girl one? Or the
tween
one
one.
she's like, oh. Yeah, the tween one. Yeah.
I like the tween one.
Yeah.
The one that was Sarah Hyland and then went back to not being Sarah Hyland.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
I want that one. I don't like this adult version of her.
This adult version, she's just too promiscuous.
No, that explains why she chose to become an adult. No, I like the idea that she's a child queen. I like
that. And that
it's
little
fun.
girl's voice, the tween's voice, so majestic and so like, you wonder why I brought you here. Like, she's just so good. Like,
So
I
funny.
liked that version of the Sealy Queen as well. Because it's like, oh, okay, we're all going to take orders from this little girl.
Yeah, I
love that.
I love that.
Because everyone's terrified of her.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I was sad that I liked that she aged up, but I would have liked her to go back down again.
Yeah.
And then if she wants, go back down younger. I mean, I don't like kids, but I just think it's funny.
At this point, might as well.
Yeah, do what you want. Become an old lady.
Yeah, I want to see more of Meliorn, though, because I feel like he's like been strung along throughout the
He's
series.
gonna die.
You think he's going to die?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Look,
gosh.
I think Meliorn, Raphael, will die because Izzy's been with them, and now she's with Simon.
Yeah.
So as long as she and Simon stay together, he's safe.
There you go. I like
If you've
that.
been with Izzy, you will die.
I mean...
If you leave Izzy, you die. That seems like a good rule.
So I guess if Meliorn dies, the threesome's out of the question, right?
I mean, I think for Simon, it was always out of the question.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jade Hasune, who plays Meliorn, just dyed his hair blue. Like, full-on blue.
That's our news.
That's our news. That's what you... Yeah, that's the news that you lost.
So funny. Any final thoughts?
You guys, thanks for sticking with us for so many seasons. We love you guys, and we are getting close to the end, so stick close with us because we are here to, like, play all of this out with you, and we cannot wait to see what happens. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for being there since season 1, episode 1. We love you.
Well, Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
You and your big stupid heart. Tell everyone where they can find you on the socials.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones. And I have a brand new original song, my first song I ever wrote, coming out next month, early May, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Where will people be able to find that?
Either iTunes or the music video on YouTube.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah,
so
I'm excited.
Exciting. I'm Yael Tygiel. I'm everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Sam will be back next week. You can find her everywhere at SamD43. And then please join us, of course, for a very special, supersized, I'm not allowed to tell you about it, series finale after show. I can't say anything else.
Yes.
That's it. Bye.
Love you guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.